Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode or a brand new series of Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. Now, I promised this series would return, so I suppose it's not entirely a new series, but I'll tolerate it for now. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Age of Wonders Shadow Magic is a turn-based strategy game. It's quite old, I think it's from 2002, something like this. Anyway, turn-based strategy game set in a fantasy setting. So let's talk of a few of the basics of the game. So you play as a wizard who's in control of a vast empire, or hopefully it will become a vast empire. It's not initially. And as this wizard, you are supposed to guide this race that you are to victory. Now, I'm just going to set up a scenario right now. Single player scenario, of course. Generate scenario. Archmage. Oh. Advanced? Yeah, there we go. No. No, I made a mistake here. Oh, big scenario. Again. I did something wrong. Juist. Okay, we're going to do a slightly larger map. I'd say a large map will do. 4 players, this is nice. Okay, the rest of it I'm not going to change much. Shadowland, I will keep it off for this one. Let's keep it simple, except we are going to customize our wizard, because that way we can pick our race and our alignment and stuff like this. Now, this immediately brings me to the. Oh, let's put the difficulty here. I'm going to try Lord. Maybe I'll get my I'll get destroyed, but yeah, maybe this is interesting to watch as well. So let us continue. Yeah. Now we can pick our wizard. We're going to create our own because I like this. And here we have our first major decision to make. Now we can go for multi-class, so we can pick a variety of each of these magic classes. And what these magic classes will do for us is, first of all, they will determine what kind of spells our wizard has to its disposal. And therefore our race. This is of course very important, because races and certain classes of magic, for instance death and life, have an alignment. So there are a lot of races who are neutral, so those would work well with, for instance, fire, water, air or earth. Of course, different species have different alignments which would work for them. But there are also races who align somewhat towards either good or bad. Good or evil, I should say. And as I particularly enjoy playing as these races, we're going to pick either the life specialist or the death specialist. So to decide which of the two it's going to be, I'm just going to flip a coin, because I've been thinking about this a lot myself, what I would do for my second playthrough. And I have not really decided yet, so heads it will be life specialist, and tails it will be death specialist. It's tails, so we are going to play as a death specialist. Okay, we are going to be evil, guys. Ha! It's somewhat fitting of me, I feel like. For those of you who saw my previous playthrough, they know what I'm talking about. So we're going to play as an evil race. Now here you can pick a number of abilities or starting traits your wizard has. You can actually increase the amount of traits he has later on in the game. So I generally prefer the where is it? Scholar one, because it increases your research, and that's always nice. So next, now choose our race. We are going to play as a Shadow Demons. Last time I played as the undead. That was fun, but we're going to go for something different this time. So we're going to go for the Shadow Demons. They have this nice bit of lore here. If you're interested in reading this, yeah, either pause the game or buy the game yourself and play it. I can highly recommend it, obviously. I'm still playing it after all these years. Yeah, fantastic. Let's go for this. Giant spider on my head. No, that's not right. Hey, caps. Now, come on. Type Lingame. It's not complicated. Let's be white, sure. Okay, next. Now it's going to generate the terrain. Okay, now the things I immediately notice about my start is it's bloody amazing. But let us talk about what this start here actually means. So we have here this screen. In the bottom right here we have 4 labels. Each label represents one player in the game, and the little colored marks below it, so black or white, means if they've accepted to go to the next turn. Now, as I am apparently the only one who's not clicked up yet, it's still black. But I still have some stuff to explain. So here in the bottom left, you see a number of different resources. Now let's start with the most right one here. This is the casting point of our wizard here, so Lingame. When I cast a spell with her either in battle or with the spells tab here, which is currently still a bit empty. I could, for instance, take one from here. This one, of course, won't work, but these 2 tabs are spells that you do on the world map. This one can also be done in battle, and these are actually permanent. You see they have upkeep. This is generally a sign that these are permanent spells. And you can see here that both of these don't have upkeep, so those will pass after some time. But these, for instance, Enchant Weapon and Unholy Champion, you can see a little tooltip at the bottom what each of these upgrades does. Now, of course, there's a lot of different reasons to go for each of these upgrades, but more on this later. If you do one of these spells, you can actually see a cost here, 10 mana. It would take 10 mana, so that is the resource here, and it would take 10 of my casting points. And you see here 40 out of 40, so I still have all my casting points at the moment. But should I do this spell now? You know what, I'll demonstrate. So I'm going to cast this Enchant Weapon spell. I'm going to click on an army which I want to apply it to, and then I have to pick the units where I'm going to apply this to. So I'm just for right now going to click my hero, and I'm going to cast. Now you can see my casting points went down by 10 and the mana went down by 10. Now these casting points, as soon as I click end turn, it will refill these casting points. The mana, however, you see 90 plus 30. So when I click next turn, I'm going to get 30 more mana on top of the 90 I already have. And here with gold, it's the same principle, so I have 250 gold plus 35. So when I click next turn, I'm going to get 35 more gold, as it is right now. Now what do you do with gold? With gold you build units in cities. As you saw, I just clicked on the city. And I can also build buildings, of course. As for right now, we're going to build some units here, because we need them. This is our basic infantry guy. Apparently we're vulnerable to lightning, that's nice to know. And we're going to build a bombard. So this is our basic ranged unit. And this is basically the weakest unit we could possibly build. They have a few nice abilities. They transform in a stronger unit if they should ever reach the gold rank, which is 2 levels up from where he's currently at. Let me show you what this would be. No, this is the wrong one. Here you can see experience. Once this would reach 20 experience, it would be silver rank. And then I believe it's 60 for this one. If you were to reach 60, then you would become gold. And there are various upgrades in his stats and in his abilities that come with each rank. But for now, let us see what we've got around them, or around us. Now, I can immediately see here a furnace, which will give us income. I can, the gold income that is, and I see 3 mana nodes in some shape or form. Now, none of them are death nodes, which is of course unfortunate, but yeah, what are we going to do? Oh, a 4th one actually. A 5th. Oh wow. And here's some more income. Okay, we have a lot of income in our immediate surroundings. This is actually very lush. Oh wow. Look at this. And the city here. Okay, we've become very lucky. We've become very lucky indeed. Okay, so this is a very promising start for us. So yeah, we're going to first capture some gold structures, I think. But we are going to split up forces. First things first, I'm going to send this guy. This is a very quick flying unit, and I'm going to let him capture this tower. Now we can see a little bit more in the surrounding. Even more income. Wow. I've never had a start like this. Perhaps I missed something in the settings, like the click this for super overpowered resource building setting. Oh well. We'll roll with it for now. What is this? A quest. Okay. Now let's just skip that for now. Can I reach this in one turn? I sure can. But first let's pick up some research. So there's a number of things we could research. You can see here a number of spells. What we could also do is research a skill. This is also very much possible. But for right now I don't see a use for researching a skill for us. Instead we're going to research spells. And I kinda like the Dark Gift spell here. It's an enchantment like I put on my hero earlier. Let's talk about heroes actually. Heroes, they are from a basic point of view already quite strong. But they slowly level up. With each turn they get a little bit of experience. And instead of just being able to level up twice, they can level up, I think, a total of 20 times. So with each level up you can actually pick which direction they're going as far as their stats is concerned. So you actually have a lot of control about how this unit would turn out. But let's do some combat, shall we? So I've got my hero here. And we're going to attack this fire node. We can see that we have these two hellhounds defending it. And we could go for a quick battle, a retreat, or a manual battle. Now, given that it's our first battle, I'm going to do this manual with you. Okay. Everything's on fire, that's nice to know. Okay, when we got started, you saw that some fire ring exploded outwards. That's these mana center, or these mana places. They generally have defenses set up which are comparable to their comparable to what they would normally do as their as a fire node. So a fire blast or a lightning bolt or something. In this particular case it set all my guys on fire, which causes some damage each turn. It's annoying, but we'll manage. Yep. I want him dead if I at all can. Excellent. Now I can move you forward. Now, these actually have an area of effect, I think. But apparently not in this case, so I'll accept. Cause some damage more. I'm not expecting this guy to kill him, but I'm expecting him to cause him some damage. Excellent. Now my hero can kill him, and he will get the experience from the kill. That is something I generally try to do. How unfortunate. Now kill him. Excellent. Okay, and now we've captured this mana node, and our mana income should have increased by this. See, power, this is the amount of extra mana we will get per turn. Now there is so much stuff in the environment here, I'm not sure where to start, but let us send our guys to get some more gold first. Also, we've got Dark Gift that is currently researching. We are going to switch it slightly bit more towards mana. So, we don't actually want this to take 3 turns, but just 2 turns. Then this way we've optimized our mana income compared to the amount of time this Dark Gift research is taking. Is there anything more we can cast here? Gives you willpower, okay. Do we have any good units in the immediate surrounding? I don't think we do, so I don't see the use of this. Now, this all being said and done, I don't really have anything to do with my units at this point in time, so I'm going to end my turn. Now, you can see that our city here, we can actually rename this. See if I can do this now. Can we rename this? I distinctly remember being able to rename this. Yeah, okay. Then we don't rename this. But yeah, for now I'm going to use this guy to keep gathering resources. And also gold, because gold will be a slight problem later on. And yes, I think I'm going to try and take this this outpost here. I'm going to see how well this goes. I can immediately show you what a flying unit would fight like. But first let's get some more gold income. Oh, and more gold income. I can already see a windmill here. This is going so well. I need to get a second army out there as quickly as I possibly can. Now this guy has a pole arm, which means he gets very much extra damage against flying units and mounted units, like for instance this guy and this guy. Those are both mounted. Here it actually says in the name. But it does not have an ability like this guy, which is block, which would help against the first melee attack against him or all the ranged attacks. And as we have several ranged units, we are going to use our ranged attacks on this rather annoying fellow on the front. Oh, made a mistake there. He was in a slight dip here and he couldn't spit over it, so yeah, chances of hitting were a little bit low. You are going to attack him. Excellent. Now you shall attack. Is this a good idea? Not sure. I think I'm just going to try and kill him. There we go. Now you are going to launch the attack. Now he will have extra defense on his first attempt here, but we're not going to be able to change much. Now, this little book here is my wizard, my Ling game wizard in my city. And no matter what battle I'm in, as long as I'm within my own domain, and I'll show you what I mean with that later, once we get out of this battle, but as long as I'm in my own domain, I can cast spells from this guy. Now I've already got Death Ray here. It's a nice spell. So let's hit this guy here with the Death Ray. It's quite simple, does damage. Cursed in this case, which believe I think will give him death weakness. Yes, very good. Okay. Now I think everything moved. That's this button here. So. Okay, you might not live long. Yeah, now you're going to kill him. I said you're going to kill him. Okay, then you kill him. Fine. There we go. And we've captured it. Amazing. Now we have a Zephyr bird here, which is a flying unit, but we'll return to that later. For now, we're going to first try and win this battle. Oh, out of movement. Has everything moved? No, this one has not entirely moved yet. So we're going to start moving him up. I want this extra income as well, because I'm greedy like that. And then after that we're going to go for this. But first let me actually show you what my domain is. Let's see if I can actually... Yeah, there we go. You see this dotted line here? This actually represents the end of my magical range, so to say. It's around my entire city. And it has this because it has this wizard tower here, this black spire, which is built in, let me see, I might be able to show it to you here. Yeah, here we go. The wizard tower 1, 2 and 3 are actually built in this city, which gives it an amazing amount of magical range around my town, which is very useful. So, yes. Within this domain I can cast all the spells of my wizard here. And right now this wizard's impact is not that great yet, but trust me, this will change in the near future. A join offer. Now we've got an orc here who's very much interested in joining the army. Now he's clearly not heard of my track record with heroes. I don't expect him to live very long. But all the same, welcome to the army. I hope you do well. Now let's pick up the next research. What shall we do? What shall we do? We currently do not have a summon yet. I'm having nightmares again of last game. I had to wait for a little bit for this to happen. But let's just do Weaken. Weaken is a very nice all-round combat spell to have, so we're going for it. Now we're of course going to tweak our mana income a little bit. We have plenty of mana income, so I'm going to keep it on 2 turns. Okay, now we're going to see what to do. We could actually build, for instance, a war hall, which would greatly increase the amount of units we can make. For instance, the stag mount and skimmer we already got at the start. They're a lot better than the units we have right now. And it would only take me 2 turns to build this war hall, so I think I'm going to go for it. Yes, excellent. Now, next. We are going to do some combat with flying units. Here we go. Manual battle. Now we're going to fly forward. Now you notice this guy is actually not attacking me. The reason he's not attacking me is because this guy is flying. And as a flying unit, he can only be hit by units that can also fly, or by units who have archery abilities, like for instance this crossbowman. Now I'm going to use some spells here. I think I'll use Infection. This will sicken the crossbowman here, infected, which will cause weaknesses of all shapes and sorts. Which will make sure that this guy causes a lot of damage. And now you can see that once I killed him, I got this parasite here. Now he's currently out of moves, this parasite, but he can, next turn, he can infect this halberdier, which is very nice. So now you can infect him. And now this one is infected as well. In a large group of enemies this is very useful, but for now I'm going to use a death ray on you, just to soften you up a little bit. And it did nothing, that's nice. I hope I can kill him. Ah, just excellent. Now we've taken this. You did see that these aerial units, although they cannot be attacked by normal melee units, they can the melee units can most definitely defend against these flying units. So it's not a sure win against these flying units by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to grab some more gold here. Also going to grab this Zephyr bird here. So now we're on the other end of the spectrum. Now we have an opponent that can fly, whilst we ourselves might not necessarily be able to attack him. Luckily this is still within our domain, so we should be able to cause some damage to this bird here. And we're also not without anti-air defenses. There we go, and the bird is dead. We got a bit lucky with the last hit, but I'll take what I can get. Okay, now we're going to move down here. Now we also already have a nice income, I would say. This kind of gold income is very nice for the start, so we'll take it. Next turn. Day 4. Okay, now I've learned the hard way you should not send heroes out with too little army to support them. So I'm not going to get this second hero out there and rush him. So I'm going to take my time. Nah, well, we'll do this one manually. It's a slightly bigger battle, so perhaps it's interesting to watch. Now that unit you just saw spitting at me is actually very similar to our worm here. This guy will grow into a larger unit once it reaches the gold rank. This one will do exactly the same. Different units, but they will most definitely grow to into a different unit. You are dangerous. You are also almost dead. Wow, that was one hell of a hit. Go spit. Ha! Look at him go. Way to go, buddy. You're going to pull back. I don't want to lose this unit, so he's off. This guy actually also has a ranged attack. Because he's on a mount, he can actually walk a bit farther. So yeah, there's that. He can't aim very well, so that's a bit unfortunate, but this was actually a very lucky damage hit there. 3 damage, we should not be complaining. So yes, I think everything moved. Yeah, we most definitely did. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. We're going to just attack you. This will make our life instantly easier. Okay. We are going to move in with this guy. I think we can do some good here. You will pull back. I don't want to lose my guy here, so there we go. Now you are going to soften him up for our main guy. And he will kill him. Very good. Now you saw this camp disappear, because that camp was production resources. And this will mean that in the city closest to where the production resources are, in this case we only have one city, so that's easy, you get a free building. We are going to go for the library, for the increased research. The teleportation gate is a lot more expensive, so normally I might go for this, but it teleports units between cities which have Wizard Tower, and currently we only have one city, so I'm going to go for the short-term benefit. Okay. I think this is actually a nice point to wrap it up for this episode, so I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.